Hello everybody, welcome back to another edition of the EcoStruxure Machine Expert. In this video, what we're going to see is how we can use the digital outputs for in this particular case, the M262, but it's going to be the same for the M241 or any TN3 IO models that you want to use. Okay, so in this particular case, what I'm going to do is to trigger the output of M262 embedded digital IO, okay, and see how we can use that in the code. Okay, so let's go to the software. So I've already taken the same logic program that I used in the previous video. So I'm going to disconnect and close everything. Okay, so digital output. So the M251, for example, doesn't have any embedded IO. So you will need to go to the TN3 bus here and add the IOs that you want. Okay, for the M262 and M241 you have some IOs, so you just need to go to digital outputs, double click, and you find this mapping table. Okay, so here we need to be careful on designation. So by default it comes with the bytes, okay, but if you want, for example, to use and write into each individual bool, it doesn't allow you. Okay, and you need to read this. Okay, so we need to assign of bits or bool. So we just delete this part and assign directly, for example, this is going to be QX motor. Okay, it's going to be my motor. In order to do this much better, it's going to be the output Q2, QX underscore my motor. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the motor when I need to. So this is one way to do it. Okay, another way is to use the syntax from a GBL. So I have this and I have the possibility to create a new variable. So it's going to be QX my motor. Okay, as soon as I add this, I should be able to use over here, okay, and replace this and also the address for that variable. In order to access to this QX motor, what we can do is the following. So I'm going to use another POU SR outputs. I usually use ladder to easily see why the output is not triggered or not, okay, based on condition I had from the logic on the program. So here what I'm going to do is to add something like this, and the code, and here we have the possibility to use the address directly, percentage QX0.2. That's fine, it's possible, but if you do it in this way, it's difficult to read and understand what this output is. So we go here and select on IO config global mapping and select the QX underscore motor. So I know now that I want to turn a motor on and off based on the logic that I have here. Okay, so this is going to be the combination of my logic. So it's going to be my logic control. Okay, it doesn't matter that part. So I got this. This is one way to doing it. Fine, happy days. So another way to assign here is to don't use the address on this variable and just use a GBL. So if you go to application, select GBL and select this one. Okay, so I usually use this because I can see in a different way all the different IOs in just one place, and it's much easier to redistribute this to allocate the variable in another place in case I want to. So instead of having this here, I put it in a different place. For me, it works much better, but it depends on each other, each of you, which one is the best way to do it based on your code. If it's something's going to be fixed, just leave it there, define. That's it. Okay, so I got this now, and I can use this on my code. So here, select this. I'm going to the GBL, IOX, motor, and there we go. So now in order to see if this one works, fine. The digital output QO2 is linked to the input, so I'm going to show you that I received the signal. So we have this. Okay, and then watch one, just to show you this percentage IX 0.0. Okay, and then I need to call this output. Then I'm going to log in. I believe I don't forget about anything. Log in. Yeah. Yes. Stop. So here you can see this one, and I can see this is the physical output. Turn on, and it's fine. But now here the Q0.2 is not working because I delete the assignation to memory. If you go back here, you can see that QX02 is no longer an option. Okay, but you can see here in the output on the channel, it has the true value. And it's working fine because I'm receiving on this one the value that I want to certify. Delete this, false. I see a false here on this side. Okay, now I have created another function block to put these things. Okay, so let's just put this one here on the library. My library, I have this general purpose signal conditioning digital output. We already see digital input. This is gonna be instance DQ02. I'm gonna put this one here. This is the signal. This is gonna be always true. So basically what it does is that I can negate the signal in case I want to, assign the name here, motor pump 01, put contactor, contactor LC1D X blah 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 blah, something like that. No, just one. There we go. And then we can use this signal just to indicate that we have the maintenance, and this one is the one that goes to the digital output per se. Okay. And the idea of having this function block, part of having this is to show you on the visualization. This is for digital input, the one I showed you before. We have one for digital output. So if you go SE_ATA, piece of frame, DQ, it asks you for the instance. That if you go to application, SR output instance DQ02. Okay, we have this. And then we're just going to log in. It's just for maintenance things. In case you want to test an output directly, you can do it with this without affecting your code. Okay, so motor pump 01, contactor C1 is represent something. The function block is enabled, the digital output row is false. So I can probably negate the output in case I want to. You can see that I'm sending the signal 1. You can, for example, go into maintenance mode, okay, and define the maintenance value, true, false, in order to play with this. So this is another way to play with the things, okay. It's very straightforward. Okay, I just want you to understand how we can use digital outputs on the embedded PLC, embedded IOs of the PLC, or the 3-in-3 IO models. Okay, so I hope this can help you in order to work with the PLC, okay, digital IOs, in case you have any kind of doubts. You can also use that library on the visualization in order to have another visual way to go into commissioning, okay, and have further information. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this video, and I see you on the next one.